Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we will discuss an important use case using data flow in Power Platform. Using data flow, you can leverage the extract, transform, and load ETL concept that we do already in other technologies like SSIS in data flow in Power Platform data flow, right? So we can pull data from external data sources, process it, transform the data, and load into our dataverse. So let us see how we can do that. Now log into mac.powerapps.com, and here you have to find more, and here you have to navigate to the data flows. In the data flows, you can create a new data flow job by using this new start from blank, and here you can give the name. Let's say I want to connect my Excel sheet that is present in my OneDrive, and I want to post the data from that Excel sheet periodically every 30 minutes to my new table that I created. So I have to give a name of the flow. Let's say data flow from Excel to Dataverse. Okay. Now I can click on create. Once you click on create, the next step is you have to add a data source. You have to choose which data source you want to connect in this step. You can choose a diversified data sources here, like file data source, databases where SQL Server, Access, and other things are there, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, and other online services also available. So you can choose one of them. Let's say I want to choose Excel workbook because I want to connect my OneDrive Excel sheet present in my OneDrive. So click on Browse OneDrive. When you click on Browse OneDrive, it will ask you to log in using your official credential so that it will connect to your business OneDrive. So I have already given my credentials, so it is automatically displaying my details. I want to connect order information. There is a Excel sheet available in my OneDrive called as order data XLSX. I can select it. Once I select it, it will try to ask your credential, right? So if you edit connection, it will ask for a new connection. You can choose organization account and sign in, where you have to provide your official email ID and password. Otherwise, if you have already created one, you can choose one. So this is the connection we have already created. If you have not created, edit the connection and log in, which will create a connection for you. Click on next. In the next screen, it will ask you to transform the data that is loaded from your Excel sheet to the data flow. This is powered by Power Query. If you click this table, you will see here your data is rendered here, right? You can use the Power Query features here to clean your records. For example, let's say order data is a date and time. So I can choose the type as date and time by clicking this icon here. So to do that, to transform these informations, I have to click on transform data. The transform data will open the Power Query editor where I can edit my information. First of all, let me rename this table. I want to give a table name called as order new order info. Okay. Now this is the table I want to connect every time that is present in my Excel sheet. Here I want to define order number as integer, so I can change the data type as whole number. If by any chance your Excel sheet contains uh, undefined uh, column, you can define here. The second column is a date time, so I can choose the time as date and time or date. Okay. If you choose date and time, it will display the timing unit also. The quantity is a integer type, so I can choose as whole number, and the unit price is a currency type, so I can add a currency data type here. So when you add, it will format your values with currency. So this way, whenever you edit anything in your columns using Power Query, it will create histories here. In the right side, you will see what steps you have applied, right? If you unchange, you want to undo this, just remove this item from here in the applied list and it will undo your changes. You can add also new columns that will be automatically calculated by taking your existing columns. Let's say I want to add new column, so click on add column and I want to create a new custom column and give a name as total price. So I want to give total price and here the total price data type will be currency and the value for this total price will be the quantity. Just insert column, then use multiply symbol and select unit price. Click OK, so that it will create a new column whose name is total price, and it will the values of each row will be automatically calculated by combining unit price multiplied with quantity. Now this way Power Query will help you to clean up your data and add necessary columns that you need for your data load, right? So all the informations, all the changes you have applied is available in the right side apply steps. If you want to undo, you can undo, right? Now once you have done all this transformation for your data set, you have to click next. Once you click next, it will ask you to define the mappings. Do you want to create a new table to load your data, or you want to load and choose an existing table that is already available in Dataverse and you want to map, or you don't want to load data? Normally, we do load to an existing record, an existing table, provided your table is already available. If your table is not available, just click on load to a new table, which will create a table first time when the data flow will run, and next time it will update that table. So choose load a new table and give a name new order info and display name new order info. And the next checkbox is to ensure that delete rows that no longer exist in the query output. So every time when the data flow will run every 30 minutes, if you want that existing rows which are already created or already inserted in the last data flow run, if that records are not present in the current data flow execution, then if you want to delete that existing records which are not available in the current query that will be running due to data flow scheduling, then you enable this. If you enable this, every time it runs the data flow, only the records which are available in the query that will be inserted. Old records which are not present in the Excel sheet will be deleted, right? So if you want to keep the existing records, you can keep it. Okay, this will help you. Enabling this checkbox will help you to clean up your old data from your table also. If you think that old data, once data uploaded, if you have processed that data, you don't want to keep that anymore, then you can delete it. So once it is done, you have to select this and unique primary key. You can select auto generate because the primary key of the column can be auto generated, or you can define the order date or order number or order ID something as primary key, and alternate key we can define, let's say order number as a alternate key, right? So that next time when you insert, it will just update the record, right? So if you just delete this, if you just enable this, what will happen? If you choose a alternate column, every time it will insert the same data for a different data for a same order, the value will be updated. So it's kind of absurd. If the order ID is present in the table, it will update. If the order ID is not present in the Order number is not present in the table, it will just insert. That's why we choose alternate key columns. This is a alternate key for primary column. Okay, so click on next. Now once you click on next, it will ask you to choose a data refresh feature. Do you want to refresh your data manually to load, or you want to automate the data refresh? Most of the times in our real projects, we do automatically refresh. So you can choose the frequency. Let's say every 30 minutes I want to load data. Then I can choose a timing from when it will start. And if there is any failure, you can choose to send an email to the data flow owner. You can also choose if you want to schedule using specific days and time, right? So click on publish. Once you click on publish, the data flow will published, and it will run the data flow to load the data first. Then after 30 minutes, it will again run. So now the draft status is publishing in progress. It will take some time to publish. Then it will try to refresh the data. So let us wait for some seconds. Once it is published, the refreshing will start. You can also show, you can display the refresh history, how many times it is refreshed in a day. Okay, so let us wait, and I don't want to waste your time. I'm just waiting. Once it is published, I will start again. So once the pro is published, you can see the draft status is published, and as soon as it is published and the scheduling timing is reached, the data is refreshed successfully, and the next refresh date and time is defined. Now I can double check if the details has been recorded in a new table or not. So I can go to the table and try to find out the table whose name I have defined as new order data. Now this is the table, this new order info is the table that has been created because of the data flow, and it has been updated. So let me just add the necessary columns. Just let me add order number, and I want to find out the order date, then the informations like total price, and it is a currency field. That's why it created the base currency also, right? So defining the proper data type in Power Query will help you in Dataverse to create proper data type columns. So you can define unit price also and quantity. Now I will see which data is recorded. These are the order numbers, these are the order dates, these are total price, which is calculated value according to this quantity and unit price, right? Now in the meantime, when the Power Query will, when the flow will next run, what we are expecting, if there is any change, because order number is the primary key, if there is any change in the total price or total unit, sorry, total quantity and unit price or date, it will update the record, existing record. And if there is a new order number entered in the uh, Excel sheet, it will create. Okay, that's what we are expecting. So let us go here. So initially this order was having two quantity and unit price is 2000. So let me go to the Excel sheet and try to edit that. So let me go to the OneDrive and edit that in the meantime. Before it runs, right, before the data flow runs, I have to update the information so that I can double check. So go to order data, and here in this tab In this Excel sheet, what I want to do, I want to go here and update the order date, age 10 10 2022, and quantity 5, unit price 3000 or something 5000. Okay, here I am adding another order details, and here I can add, let's say, 3, and quantity and unit price is 2000. Okay, and let me save it. So I have updated my data, where I have added a new order details row and updated an existing record, right? And we will see now how this will work. And I want to delete one record also. Let me delete this. Okay, so I'm deleting 333 order number. So what I have done here, I have manipulated three things. One is edited an existing record, removed one record, and added a new record. Now in my next data flow run, we are expecting the same replication in my order data. Now here we will check, this is the next run that we are validating. Now in the second run, what is the uh, data change or how data reflected, I will check that. This is our second run, the data flow successfully run here. This is the last refreshed time and this is the next refreshed time. So we have already run before, so it is second time it is refreshed. So let us go and check the table information that has been changed or not and how it is changed. Now here let me search that table that we have created, and this is the new order info. In this new order info, we will validate what data has been changed. We can notice that. So let me just select this, select order date, number, total price, unit price, quantity, and that much only. So click on save. Now here you will observe that the first order that we have updated the order date, which is updated, and the total price is also updated, unit price is updated, quantity is updated. I have deleted an order whose number was 333, that was deleted from here also. Okay, and I have added a new entry, order entry here with this information, right? So ultimately the data flow can be used to extract external data sources and transform the data according to our need, business need, then load the data into our dataverse system. And also the most important thing is we can schedule the data flow operation so that every time it will run in a predefined frequency and extract the latest data and load the table with latest information, right? So this is a very important component of Power Platform that will help you to extract data from external data source using connectors, and your data will be updated with your latest change according to the data flow, right? And most importantly, using connectors we do actually all these data flow components. I hope you understand, guys, how data flow works. Okay, if you have not done data flow, you can try it. See you next time. Bye everyone.